Hello Foxes! Here I am today again with a video about counting change. So I want to show you and your parents a very simple way of learning the strategy so that you can hopefully all be a little better at it. Let's start it simple with 50p. This is the amount of money I have in my pocket. Now what I want to buy is a 30p lollipop. So I'm going to just illustrate it for you here. My lollipop is 30p. A 50p and my lollipop is 30p. So I have more than I need to buy it. So I'm going to receive change. Right, but how do we figure out what that change is? Now, my strategy for you, firstly, is to count in tens. So let's get to our total of money that we have. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I have 5 tens, 50p. Now, my lollipop costs 30p. So let's take 3 tens away from this. 10, 20, 30. I have taken 3 tens away from my 5 tens, which made up 50p. Now what I have left is, that's right, 2 tens, which is equivalent to 20p. Now, before we get more complicated and go into pounds, let's just wait. I'm going to give you an example on the board and you can try it yourself. The screen is coming up. There's going to be an example and I want you to find me the change. Off you go. Now, let's have a go with pounds. Now, does anyone remember? And if you do, I give you permission to shout it out at home. How many pennies are in a pound? That's right, there are 100 pennies in a pound. Now keep that in your brains. Hold it here with me, keep that in your brains. This is what I've got in my pocket, £1. Now the item I want to buy is 35p. So write that with me, 35p. So now on your paper you should have £1, then 35p next to it. So this is what I have. And this is what I want to buy. What could we say it is? Let's say it is a chocolate bar. Let me try draw it. A chocolate bar. I don't think I'll draw it very well, but... Okay, I mean, it turned into more of a sweet. So let's say my sweet is 35p, and I've got £1 to pay for it. So I'm looking for my change. Now, as we remember, £1 is equal to 100 pennies. So down here I'm going to write equal to 100 pennies. So it's going to help me when it comes to calculating the difference between 35 and £1 if I turn it into pennies. So now all we need to do is start our number line. I'm going to try do this in front of you so that you can follow along with me. 35 is at this side of my number line. Okay, because that's what I want to buy. Now I need to find the difference that's going to get me to the 100 pennies, which is my pound. Okay, so let's see. We're going to try do this in reasonable jumps. Okay, so not jumps that are too big, jumps that make sense. Now you should remember that one of the easiest ways to jump is to get to the nearest 10. So if we were to do that here with the 35, if I was to jump to the nearest 10, what would it be? Before I write it down, have a go yourselves. Okay, so what I've written down is plus 5, because plus 5p, I should be writing, oops, is getting me to the nearest 10, which is 40p. Okay, excellent. So we've already added 5p on, so that's going to make up part of the difference. And then, what's our next big jump going to be, and how can we do it? There are 2 possible ways that I'm going to suggest to you. You could either use if I know, then I know, right? So for example, if I know 4 plus is equal to 10, then I know 40 plus is equal to 100. Otherwise, if that just sounds tricky, you could also use the jumping in tens strategy. So how many tens is going to get us up to 100? And you could count it on your hand, starting at 40, remember? So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, oh, missing a finger, 100. How many tens? Work it out, and then wonderful. Okay, so these are the two strategies that I ended up using. I've shown you. This is the one where I jumped 5, and then I jumped in groups of 10 to get me up to 100. And if we count them together, we notice that these groups of 10 are 6. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So in total, that makes up 60. Now, if you know that if I know, then I know strategy, you might have done it like this. So I've gotten to 40p, because I've added my 5 ones. And then, if I know that 4 and 6 make 10, then I know that 40 plus 60 makes 100. Now, the only thing left to do is to add my 2 jumps together. And then I'm going to find out the difference in change that I need. 60 plus 5 ones can only be equal to 65. Okay? 65p. Now that is my change, and that would have been my strategy to work it out. Let me know if you had a way better one, something that was more simple, but I know that this has helped a few of you, so I thought I'd make a public video on it. Now, I'm going to give you a couple examples that you can practice if you've been feeling slightly shaky with this. They're going to turn up on the video now, so pause it, and then I'll come back to you to say a congratulations and a goodbye for now. Hi again, foxes! Well done for completing your maths challenge, and I'm sorry for the lag at the end. My laptop really can't take these videos very well, but it's trying its best. So yeah, I hope it still made sense. I just want to share with you, before I go for the evening, a drawing I made of pomegranates. I sketched it, it's a still life, so I sketched the pomegranates from life, and then I coloured it in ink. I was thinking maybe I could make a video on how to do this, so let me know if that would be something you'd like, and let me know in the comments down below. Have a lovely evening and see you soon.